next speaker, Dean of Admissions and Financial Aid, Richard Shaw. Dean Shaw has had the difficult job of admitting Stanford students and perhaps the more difficult job of turning down so many bright students for nearly 20 years. So I think most of our students have been admitted into Stanford by him, and we're all anxious to hear your perspective. So it's over to you.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me? I hope so.
Yes.
Thank you ever so much for allowing me to be here. And I'm stunned by the number of parents that have joined and parents who've had kids that have come before and parents who've stayed with the parents program all these years. And then all the new parents that are here. I'm very impressed. I must say it's very hard for me to follow the professor and some of the things he talked about. He caused me to have my blood pressure to go up when he said Chat GPT right at the end of his talk. And I'm sure he talked about it before and the role it plays in the world in which we live. It is an interesting world, artificial intelligence, as it impacts everything that we do. And you might all recall that when young people apply to the university, they're asked a lot of questions. And of course, we've already seen have high schools and have the undergraduate faculty and the rest the engagement of ChatGPT in applying to the university. So it is a challenge for us all. And I may have to turn back to the professor and say, now, what should I do with this exactly, or how do I manage this? But a hard act to follow indeed in his innovation and research. Listen, I want to celebrate all of you. This is really special because you've delivered to us incredible young people. You care so deeply about your children. That's very clear as it relates to all of you being here today. And I really appreciate your willingness to volunteer. Volunteers are important in the work that we do in admissions. And of course, they're part of the Stanford family and you're part of the Stanford family and community. Probably some of you are Stanford graduates, but many of you are just excited parents. And we're just thrilled that you have chosen to be part of this. I even looked up the website and said, whoa, 97 years, the parents program. Goes way back, and 97 years strong, I say, as you do the work you do. It's been a very integral part of my work in welcoming students and undergraduates here every year. I look forward to the parents' table, the parents reaching out to new incoming students, and most thankful for that. We always start our admitted programs exactly with you in the room. So really appreciate it. I represent the gatekeepers. I guess that's what we call ourselves. The introduction certainly suggested that this is a fairly significant task. Last year we had over 53,700 applicants. That's a lot. Amazing students, and your children, guess what, for many of you or in the past as well, because these numbers have been fairly sustained over time, are the ones that were able to pass through the gauntlet of our review. And we engage pretty deeply and thoroughly in learning a lot about your kids, about all the students that apply. We have short autobiographies, as you well know. There's a lot of factors that go into the consideration, but their voices are important, and their hopes and aspirations certainly are as well, and their dreams. They also present to us amazing capabilities, and one of the most exciting parts of what we do is we review our candidates in context. So that means that no matter where they are, no matter what school they go to, no matter what community they live in, we go right to them. We don't do cross school comparisons or anything else. There's no preference. we go right to where that young person is and what the opportunities are that they have in terms of the schools that they attend and where they live. So we are excited about that, and that provides us with an incredibly diverse student body that comes from everywhere. So this year, well, in the undergraduate student body, yes, all 50 states are represented in the student body, the undergraduate student body, and over 80 countries from from all around the world. And that creates an incredible dynamic and place for learning as young people not only meet the extraordinary faculty we have here, engage the staff, but also live and learn and grow together. This is a family. I think of it that way, and we want the best for every undergraduate. We want them to be successful and to thrive, and our focus is on that. But we also want them to come here with all of the great capabilities they already have as they enter the class. The best part of our experiences is to live vicariously. I hope that's yours too, vicariously, or engaging in and observing and learning from what your kids are going through or what they have gone through and how they're navigating this undergraduate experience and how they grow. I have 3 children, so I know I've enjoyed every moment of watching them develop, and now even a grandchild. So I just keep going the way we go, and I know many of the parents I've met, they show a level of pride that I completely understand. And there's nothing more exciting than the beaming parent as they arrive on the campus. Well, this class, incoming class, we really are emerging at the moment from a most difficult and impactful period that was caused by the pandemic. We're still working, we're still dealing with what kids went through, in recent classes. And but I must say that this class this year looks like a new beginning. And even though we've suffered those other consequences, I really am excited to see that we are back to normalcy, if there's such a thing. Susie may debate that with me, but at the moment, I really feel very excited about watching the students and experiencing what they're experiencing as they begin their experience here. So I'm excited for the future. I'm hoping that we can sustain that, and the normalcy is something I must say I'm embracing. We have over 10,000 undergraduates on the campus, full of energy. Throw in their 5,000 graduate students, and then put them all on bikes and skateboards and motorized vehicles. And every day I go to work, if I go at a class break, it's very dangerous. On our 10,000 acre campus, people whizzing every which way and back and forth. So far, I've survived, and sometimes I drive a golf cart, so you can imagine throwing that in the midst of all of this. But there's just tons of excitement. Everything is going constantly and at high speed. I really accept this excitement, this transition, as I know you do. Fall convocation and orientation was just over the moon. Kids so excited. And you're, of course, supporting them in total, and that is a wonderful thing. We know we've had a lot of challenges. We have local, we have regional, we have national challenges that go on all the time. But I love universities. That's why I've been in the universities my entire life. I never left campus, even though I've been in 5 different universities. But I like to think of this place as a safe haven where they do feel or could feel or safe to try to engage in issues around the challenges that we face in the world at large. So we're gonna. I'm pretty optimistic. in my business, being a gatekeeper, I've opened the gate, I've closed the gate, and now it's others' responsibilities in the moment. But right now, if you can imagine, this is cyclical. So we've been out on the road talking to prospective students worldwide, both in person and in virtual environments, trying to attract their attention to us. So probably in your communities in some way, as we think about the new classes coming in, and you know, we enjoy this. The challenge is great. The review is intense. Crafting a class is special. And then having you all involved, both in the excitement for your own children and in the excitement for volunteering and working with young people who really appreciate you as part of the community, is really, really important. So as I do every year, 1,709 brand new students I turned over to both undergraduate education and importantly to the support systems that we have managed by the Vice Provost, Susie Brubaker-Cole. And I know she's going to give you a lot more detailed information. I actually like to close the door because I don't want to know everything. She's going to give you much more information about the experience of undergraduates, I think, at Stanford. So I so appreciate all of you, and I'm thrilled to be part of this incredible place. Stanford is the best, and I hope you agree. So I don't know, maybe back to the moderator, and then there.
Thank you, Dean Shaw, for your kind words. We do have one question for you, and it says, given the recent Supreme Court ruling against affirmative action, how will gender, legacy, affiliation, VIP, donor status affect admissions in the future?
You know, why don't you just ask me the hardest question in the world here? Did I think I was anticipating that? Probably so. All of these issues are under review by the faculty, and I'm not going to reflect any impact. I'm not a person who says, oh my gosh, what are we going to do next? I'm a fighter. So we try to work really hard to understand what the expectations of the law are, and they're pretty intense. But we still are engaged in diversity, broadly defined, and one of our objectives, and one of the things that's allowable as it relates to the Supreme Court decision, is we can do all the outreach that we want, and we are doing that. We're going to do it nationally. You're going to see some new programming that comes out that I'm not prepared to tell you yet because it's not quite fully formed. But we're going to be in every community in the nation, and we're going to be very, very active in attracting young people from every conceivable walk of life and socioeconomic status and community. As it relates to others, I have a faculty committee that advises me. Right now, the legacy policy is still in place, but all of these things, all of these issues certainly are going to be under review. And it's too early at this moment to sort of suggest that there's any particular outcome. Lots of things happening over time. Pandemic brought us to test optional. There are many things that we have to contend with. But at the end of the day, what we're trying to do is attract the best and the brightest from everywhere. And we are reviewing these things that I know you're most interested in.
Thank you so much, Dean Shaw, for joining us in this meeting today. We appreciate your time.